Hi, I'm Michelle and I'm YPARD's Global Mentoring Coordinator.
Hi, I'm Dinesh Pandey. I'm from Nepal. I served as a YPARD Country Representative from 2012 to 2017, and now I'm a PhD student at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. So today I'm talking with Michelle.
That's wonderful, and thanks, Dinesh. We're talking today about planning a mentoring program, and in particular talking about the Ejumala mentoring program. Dinesh, could you just tell us very briefly what the Ejumala mentoring program was about?
So Ejumala mentoring program, definitely it was one online platform where mentors and mentees can meet, and then mentors can share some level of their experience or knowledge or idea to the mentees who need those kind of information. Basically, we went through the very basic structure to some higher level, something like how to write a good email, how to write a good email, those kind of like a personal skills, and how to talk to and how to approach your idea in a team. And like what are those agriculture organizations where you can find information, and then once you finish your graduate studies at a university, then what kind of organization or where you have to go and how you can serve farmers. So something like this, like more or less personal development skills.
Perfect. And so you've just mentioned it was an online mentoring program. Can you tell us why did you choose to do an online program?
So the reason behind why we choose online program is definitely when we plan to start that program, we do not have any kind of funding, but we did not start with the funding, and we move ahead. So I approached with my friends and then some seniors, like if they can support me for this program, because we have one kind of agreement between them, and they got agreed. And once we set up this plan, and there was my friend who helped us, and he provided the whole website, Ejumala website, ejumala.com, at a free of cost. And there was lots of advancement within a website. So in between those periods, we develop our course modules also. So this is how we choose online, because we can we can reach up to the more number of people at the same time.
That's great. And can you tell me also why you chose, so we understand that Ejumala was one mentor with a group of mentees each week or each module of content. Can you tell us why you chose that group mentoring approach with one mentor and a group of mentees rather than, say, one-on-one mentor and mentee? What was the reason?
Yeah, here, once we set up, we will go through the online, but our course content was also available offline, or those mentors video still used to be available after that session. So, and then going back to your questions is why we choose that session group mentoring is because we thought our module, there was 5 different modules, and each modules was short, just for 5 days. And within those 5 weeks course modules, there was 5 modules. We thought because the mentee is that he or she has not seen the course mentors, so he may have some kind of what we call redundance, or some kind of, I got a problem here, you can edit later. But what I'm saying is I think mentees, they used to visualize, oh, who is my mentor? But in an online program, when you run for a long time, then when mentees do not see who was or who is his her mentor, then we thought it would be good if we go just by the short course modules. So that's the reason we chose just 1 week course module, and there was 5 week course module in total.
Okay. And it sounds like also, I suppose, there was a group of mentees who you were trying to sort of give the same experience and to, in terms of what content they were exposed to and the people
right. Right. The each course was closely related to first course to second course, and then there was also common consent that we, as a mentor, what we develop our content was reviewed by the another mentor, though he or she is not from the same background. So we thought like we try to make a same level of learning or sharing ideas, and then same level of weightage on the course materials.
Mm-hmm. Great. And in terms of planning this kind of program, can you tell me what some of the benefits were of in terms of in designing this program?
When we are talking about the benefits, first thing is definitely time saving, because mentors, they can deliver a lecture or they can deliver their session at the one time. So in terms of time saving, that's a great tool for the in a group approach. But we thought our mentees, they have a different level of perception. So we don't know like all they receive the equal amount of idea, whatever the mentor used to share. So that used to come as our challenge, but we overcome those challenges because we run our first, second, and third batch of mentoring programs. So we were improving also. And then it was easy to work in a team when we plan to organize like this kind of program.
Great.
And we just run a search survey after our program. We saw more than 80% of mentees, they used to spend at least 1 hour in a day, which was really good.
Wow, that's great. And can you tell me about the challenges of planning this kind of program?
The challenge of definitely first thing is time management, because mentees and mentors may not meet at the exact same time. But our course module was developed in that sense, like we used to record our mentors video, and that used to be available inside our website. So whenever mentees go, they can check it and they can watch it. And then we also thought that just because difference between the mentors and mentees, and then we see like mentees, they are not paying a good timing, and then they are not paying concern. So we introduced a concept of assignment. The assignment was not for the grading, but it was just for to get feedback for the mentors from mentees. So we used to provide assignment for mentees. So that was also one way to overcome those time and then like engagement of the mentors and mentees. And another third problem we shot was like a farmers engagement, because farmers, they do not have internet access, and then like those kind of knowledge and experience of ICT. So that was one problem we shot.
How did you overcome that problem?
So as I mentioned, when we thought about the engagement of mentees, we provide assignment, though assignment not for the grading, but we used to keep a short assignment within the content of the modules, and then mentees had to submit within the time duration that way. And then another thing is like we used to provide the video conference each week, like a one mentor, one video conference, so that those mentees, they can ask any question with the mentors. And then for the farmers engagement, later we made some kind of changes in our program, and we brought it's called the Student Farmers Interaction Program, the online mobile approach for the mentorship program. And then in these programs, students who comes in our contact, and then we used to take those students in the farmers field just for the making interaction between farmers and students, so that they can learn something from farmers. And in the same time, they can also give a technical advice to the farmers.
So it sounds like there was a evolution of the online program that sort of had a face-to-face component to serve the farmers' needs as well.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like we were also adapting. First, we came through the online, and then we turned into the on-site program. So there are some drawbacks within this program. Like online, we reach with a big number or like a large number of people. But in the on-site, that was somehow most effective when we talk about the farmers' cases.
Yeah, great. So it's reinforcing how important it is to know who you're trying to benefit and making sure you design for what they need. Cool. What
Right,
advice
right.
would you have? So just to finish us off, what advice do you have for other mentoring coordinators who might be considering a group mentoring structure?
I think if a group mentoring structure goes with an online program, definitely it's one very what we call like a low cost budget program, because sometimes you can find most of the materials online or from the other reliable sources. You have to review it for the content, but one thing is like definitely it is one of the low cost programs. And then based on this point, you have to see like what is the necessity for your program, or like to whom you are going to target. So you have to find out the necessity. Is that program is going to be benefit for your target group or not? So, and then like if it is, then you have to set up your team. You should have at least one stable team uh, who can serve, and uh, who is able to give a time voluntarily or something, like whatever you have agreement between you and the person who is going to be your mentor. And then the third is coordinator. I saw coordinator role is very important for this case, because for the group programming, though mentor is different, but coordinator, he or she used to facilitate those mentees with the mentors. Sometimes mentees have a hesitation. They don't uh, feel easy to ask question with the mentors. So it's not like they know everything, but they also have some kind of hesitation. So you have to make a facilitation between your mentors and mentees. And last but not least, once you are done with your program, you should evaluate your programs periodically with those mentees, what they got, how they are making progress on their personal as well as professional life.
That's great. Thank you so much, Dinesh.
Thanks, you too.